Hey everybody, happy solstice week, and we're about ready to come out of Mercury retrograde. What a fantastic week. Before I start the reading, we have a special announcement. This Tuesday evening, we are having our special celebration party for the solstice. I hope to see you there. There is a link somewhere here. Just click on it and you can join us. Okay, so let's talk about what's going on with the energy this week. And remember, this is a collective energy report. So I see energy, the cards tell me the nature of the energy I'm looking at, and then I put the story together about what we're all going to be facing this week energetically, that then will come down to a much more intimate look at your life tomorrow when we release our Astro Oracle reading, where you get a little bit more intimate glimpse into what's specific for you. But no matter what, this reading tells us the energy all of us, all of humanity is experiencing this week. So let's see what's going on. Okay, so cleaning house. This is the first card. Now, isn't that interesting? Because this is actually the process that all of us have been going on through this Mercury retrograde period. The solstice, as we know, is also about marking time. So we mark a time where we move from one season, like one large season, to another. It's the same around the world. We have it in the summer in the northern hemisphere, in the winter in the south, and then vice versa in December. So this is a really important marker of time. So the cleaning house is all about inventory, about how far have we come? Where are we now? Is there anything that we need to let go of? And this is like even bigger than the full moon kind of concept when we release stuff around the full moon. This is really about making that final moment of truth, that final moment of truth where we say, you know what, this is life on life's terms. This is who I am today. This cannot come with me anymore, and that's okay. So there can be a bit of resistance to this as well, too. We're going to see what the obstacle card is, or the card that crosses us, that will either tell us the nature of the obstacle or basically how we get over the obstacle. So I am going to cross this magical map shifter. This is great. So this is going to tell you something. Either a person is going to tell something to you, speak about something, you might overhear them in a clead-on, which for those of you who follow me, you know what that is. That's that innocent oracle. You might overhear somebody talking like on the radio, or, you know, one person giving somebody else a reading, or you read something, or you see it in a billboard, something like that. So that person is unaware helping you, or this is a person coming in to say, hey, this pattern of yours, this really needs to be readdressed, to be released. That could be that, or it could be somebody saying, hey, I'm going to show you another way, right? To create space for you to experience something new. Or it could be somebody that enters into your life this week that reminds you of your past, that you know you don't want any part of, right? So it's like, you know what? I've been there, done that, don't want it. Doesn't mean the person is bad or wrong or whatever. It just means they're not for you. So recognize that this is all about other people this week. Let's find out what the foundation is. So it's about intuition. This foundation of the week is trusting the invisible. So here we would have a person who would be very nice, offering you everything. Wouldn't this be great? But you know deep down, this isn't for me. So it's really trusting those spidey senses this week, that not all, you know, all that glitters isn't gold, but also there's a level of awareness that enables you to read between the lines, and also enables you to see between the actions even, right? So you recognize that, I get this. This either reminds me of my past and I want to say no to it, or it reminds me of something I don't want to do anymore, right? So this is a really wonderful inventory week, and a week to determine how far you've come, but also what you know for sure you're not going to repeat, because you'll have a choice and you will make the right choice. Now, what have we learned? What lesson are we bringing with us? And when the talisman card is in the protection position, which means it's upside down, the universe is giving you a little extra hug to be reminding you that sometimes you haven't learned all your lessons and you get tested. So I get that this is kind of a little bit of a test. I must be saying something right. Something dinged over there. So there's this test that we feel this week. Now, this might be so minuscule. It's like, it may be should I put the sugar in my coffee? No, I shouldn't do that. Like, it could be something like that. But it could be something really big, like an opportunity to be really enmeshed and codependent with somebody again. You realize like, okay, that would be a no. So really remember that some lessons need repeating so that you really get it. And I have a feeling that this is saying the thing you haven't 100% learned yet, or you haven't 100% trusted that you've learned it, because sometimes we really have learned the lesson, but when that automatic pilot starts up in us, when we're faced with that perfect scenario of that person that reminds us so much of this other thing, and we have a tendency to think, it's familiar, I'm going to go, and we don't take a beat to think about that. So this is reminding us that you can take the beat. You have learned it, but you don't trust that you've learned it. So this is a terrific week for you to be reminded that you have really learned your lessons. How great is that? Okay, now what is crowning us, or what is the highest? And that's the opportunity for forgiveness. And it's also the opportunity to recognize that some things can really hurt. And that some things can hurt other people, and that also there is a level of the desire to reach across the aisle, if you will, with this card in the protection position, because it's like everybody's hurting. And so the call to kindness and to love in spite of any personal slight from the past. I think this is an interesting thing. Who knows, you might run into somebody from your past that you haven't quite got the lesson yet, or you haven't really made amends, or you haven't had the opportunity. And this is really a wonderful opportunity to let it go finally. There's a finality with this. Again, this opportunity to revisit something once and for all. What's coming around the corner? Yeah, it's a self-reflective week. So again, I like this. Could be something even that you do in your journal, right? You recognize something. This is a good week for journaling too. When the sacred pool comes up here, it leads us to self-reflect. So why not journal? Why not do that inventory, right? So it's self-reflection, and it's positive because there's a real desire for change and a real desire for healing and for kindness and for compassion. And sometimes that's hard. It's really hard to bring up when something reminds us that these things weren't healed, and sometimes things can't be healed. So it may be that it's not healing for the other person. It means that it's about you. And even when you make amends, it's never about the other person. It's about the fact you did it and you're serious about making a change. How the other person responds to you doesn't even matter in that scenario. It's not about that. It's about you have to be the one to desire forgiveness. You have to be the one with the olive branch. You have to be the one, with that desire to build that bridge. That's beautiful. I'm going to shuffle these cards again. I have this desire to shuffle them because I'm going to look at the next 4 experiences that we will be addressing energetically this week as well. Okay. Looking, Mark. I know I'm looking. Do you like it like that, Mark? Hang on. Yeah, this is good. Okay. So you've got 3 protection cards here, and they're very gentle. They're gentle, gentle, gentle. Because what they remind us is, first of all, this wishing well card, when it's in the upside down position or the protection position, reminds us that we don't always get what we want when we want it. So it's saying patience. You won't get what you want exactly right away, right? And that's not the point this week. It's not the point. So remember, it's not the point. You do what you do for you, not to see an end game or result on the other side. And the strength, you can handle this. This is a card of you can handle it. You feel a little insecure. This could be a week where we're all feeling slightly insecure and needing some encouragement. So the best way to feel encouragement is to encourage somebody else, because then you're going to feel the sense of encouragement. And that's what it's asking us to do, is to actually tune into that frequency of encouragement and not expect it to come to us. But in fact, we can be the conduit of encouragement for others. And last but not least, we have ride the wave and protection. So you have to trust that your boat's not going to capsize, right? That you will reach the shore in one piece, and that not all waves are smooth. That in fact, again, we're literally stepping out of the retrograde this week. Like, that's why we did our party on that day. But we're still really processing everything that we've had to look at in the past 3 weeks in this Mercury retrograde in Gemini. And then as the next 2 weeks, which is that period after. So I always find the periods before and after retrogrades really potent. And this is asking us, how sincere are we about letting go what doesn't work? How sincere are we about forgiving others and not following through on our resentments? How sincere are we about just doing our part? Because this is also a warning not to chase other people to say what they're doing wrong. It's more about taking your own side of the street and cleaning house. That would be that. So be wary too. This could be a week where people project onto you. I'd stay off social media, or at least not stay off it totally, but don't buy into some of the stuff there. And I would be conscious of also of keeping that, again, keep the olive branch in your hand, keep the olive branch in your hand. And also, because Heal the Ouch is in the protection position, remember that it's like turning the other cheek is the right thing to do this week. So don't even put yourself in a position for that. I just think energetically, it's how we all feel. We want the bridge. We really want that bridge. And sometimes we get little prickles and, prickly people and things that haven't been totally resolved, but it's time. It's really time to take your part in things and just let it go. It's really important for that because we really have some fantastic energy coming up. Okay, this is interesting. Let's see what's going to happen. I always love your comments too, especially at the end of the week when you guys are saying, oh my God, this is what happened to me this week. Remember when you said this? And so I love it. I love specifically reading them like on the Sunday after, like the week later, to see what actually happened for people. And it should reflect what you already know. And that's it for this week. So I hope to see you at the solstice party on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's definitely a link somewhere here for you to click on and come and join us. We're really going to have a great time. I'm doing a really beautiful activation. And we have a special guest, Jennifer Rasiopi, phenomenal astrologer, brilliant woman. She wrote a book called Cosmic Health, which is one of the best books I've ever read on blending astrology and self-care and soul care. I mean, she's brilliant. Incredible book. So I hope to see you there. See you Tuesday. Take care. Bye-bye. If you like this video, share this with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Just smash that thing. And then the bell will come and you click on the bell and the bell will give you a notification every time one of these videos is up. And give me a thumbs up too. We love to see those thumbs up. Don't put one down.